Hello, I'm Allie Mitter. Oh, hold on, sorry. I have to get this. It's really important, I promise. That was me 10 months ago. I was a 15-year-old girl, so eager to be accepted by her peers through this digital world. It all started the summer before my sophomore year of high school, when I got the text. I was on a vacation up to the Upper Peninsula with my family, and when I swiped open my phone, my eyes lit up with the words that it said. I turned to my brother who was sitting right next to me. It's like, I'm in, I am in. Probably borderline looking like a mad woman at this point, but that's besides it, because what that text said, I thought was gonna change my life. Now this text was from someone who I usually didn't talk to, so I kind of was taken back by it. And it was an invitation to be added into a group chat with most of the people that I had strived so hard to be accepted by in my grade. These were the people that were envied and looked up to by most of my peers. And I was so excited for the year to come that I didn't even feel the usual pang of sadness and longing that summer was ending. I mean, what? And what this text meant was I thought that I was in, that I was one of them. I was in on all the parties, in on all the gossip. I was in and I was one of them. What I didn't realize was what I was really in for. What happened instead was I was dragged into unnecessary high school drama, gossip, backstabbing, you name it. And as the year progressed, it only got worse. People started leaving from the chat because they were either fed up from it or they were kicked out. I ended up being the one that was kicked out. And I still to this day have no idea why, but I think it was maybe because I didn't agree with anything that was going on in the chat, but I also didn't disagree. It was almost like my morals were blinded by this feeling of being wanted and accepted. And after I was so distraught from the inclusion of the group from August to December that once I was kicked out, I was so in the state of just waiting and hoping. I was waiting for that feeling of acceptance to come back, and I was hoping for this to be some big misunderstanding. But I was wrong. I feel in some way we all go through this, where we just are waiting for something to happen, like a state of social comatose. But instead of focusing on the very things that are causing and are at the root of our unhappiness, we focus on the very things that are causing the voids in our lives. Now, it worked out for me because I was coming to this realization at the end of my sophomore year, right before summer. So I took the opportunity and I stepped back. I stepped back away from my friends. I stepped back away from the group that I knew was wrong for me. And I spent time with who mattered most to me, like my extensive family. I started focusing on being a better role model for my younger cousins and my siblings. And I took time for myself too. You know, I've always loved to sing, so I started taking voice lessons, and I'm gonna start singing in my church band. And I started focusing on the relationships that mattered the most to me and putting more of my effort into those. I overall started remembering who I was. Allison, Margaret, Mitter. You know, a big part of this change was I was just sitting back and saying, who was I changing for? Because it wasn't for myself, and it wasn't for some greater good. And the key to discovering myself was not easy, but I found it. I surrounded myself with the people who loved me for myself. And that's where I found the ultimate comfort and acceptance I had so been longing for. You know, those people tended to be the people who are in the audience right now. My family and my friends who came to support me. I guess what I'm really trying to get at here is, if you are not comfortable with yourself and who you are, you cannot possibly flourish and grow to your full potential. I'm very proud to say that I am happier and healthier than I've ever been in my life. And I'm embracing life's challenges as they come. Yes, I may still falter, but as with anything, it takes time. And now, I truly encourage you to accept the challenge of accepting yourself. Thank you.